Today we got a mom vlog. My name's Azalea and you're watching my YouTube channel WayCrunchy. This is my little son Huckleberry, and we have got the big kids off to school. It's the morning time and I've taken the baby out for a stroller walk. This is something I used to do a lot, especially with Tom. And then Tom was always homeschooled even after Z went to school, and as a boy, little boy and an older boy, we went for a lot of morning walks. And I think this is actually the first time I've done morning walk with Huckleberry. And for those of you who've watched the channel know that for a year and a half, me, my partner, my children fixed up an extreme fixer-upper, and now we live in it debt-free. And then I was very pregnant, and then I gave birth, and then I had a newborn. So I am really at this point, at this season in life, getting back to the simple living, getting back to the morning walk, and I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I'm definitely out here trying to beat the heat this morning. I think we've done a lot of afternoon walks, but it's been really hot. And I just haven't really felt like going out in the heat. But I like to try and get as much outside time as possible. So here we go. Trying to revive my morning walking. It is super hot outside, but the walk was nice. I gotta say though, I am so tired of our stroller. I was so happy to get it. I got it at like a fraction of its retail price at Once Upon a Child. It's the nicest stroller I'd ever had. It drives like a dream. It's like a luxury ride for this baby. But it's so bulky. It's so heavy. I hate getting it in and out of the trunk, and I just can't wait till he's a little bit older. And I'm just going to throw him in an umbrella stroller. Umbrella stroller. I don't wear him as much as I wore Tom and Z. I'm 38 now. I'm about to turn 39, and my back is just tired. And my C-section this time was really rough. Recovery has been rougher. And my back feels like I want to push a stroller. It's hot today, y'all. It's really hot. Huckleberry has had a blowout diaper. So with cloth diapers, which is what we normally wear, you don't really get blowouts because they have a lot of elastic that keep the poops inside. But pee leaks more with cloth diapers. Unfortunately, in this situation, I had him in a disposable little honest diaper because I felt like the inside of his thighs, we've been in such a heat wave, and cloth diapers are so puffy and bulky. I felt like he's getting almost like little calluses on the inside of his thighs. Anyway, I felt like he was a little irritated. So I like rubbed some zinc cream on his little thighs and put a disposable on him so he could just like, I don't know, I was worried about the irritation of his thighs. And now I got a blowout diaper, and I gotta go wash this comforter, and then I gotta dry it in the sun before bedtime tonight. I'm always talking about how I don't have a dryer, and I don't really miss not having a dryer. So like, this is an example of where I think people would have questions. So my large comforter has been pooped on. So I'm washing it in the wash machine and drying it in the sun. It's the afternoon. It's really bright and sunny. It's not going to rain today. So that's no problem. But what would I do if it was nighttime? What would I do if it was cold? What would I do if it was raining? Well, I would take soap and water and rags and just shampoo the part of the comforter that got dirty. And then I just have one wet spot, and I dry it off, with like a towel. Maybe set a fan on it or just let it dry in the air. And, you know, have that comforter to sleep with tonight. Just maybe it has a damp spot. It's really not that big of a deal. Also, like, washing a whole dang comforter is a whole thing. So sometimes I might just spot wash it if it's a little situation. But it's a bright sunny day. Ain't no problem for me to just dry the whole thing. Put the whole thing in the washing machine. So, that's how I do it. With no dryer in my house. Shower time for mama. So I don't like to run get in the shower when my baby is taking a nap because I feel like he'll wake up, but he really likes running water and steam. So I bring him in the bathroom with me. Say hello, Huckleberry. Oh, he did say hello. So I'm going to put him in his little rocker. I've just got him on the mat waiting there. And then I'm going to take my shower. There you go, baby. It's shower time for the mama. There you go. You hold that. Y'all, I've been talking about this postpartum hair loss I've been experiencing. I'm about to show you. So if you will be grossed out by a big ball of hair, skip forward. Every day, every single day. And here we are, another day home with little baby, big kids at school. And I wanted to hop on here and continue this vlog, this mom vlog, this simple living vlog. And I wanted to talk about taking time to nourish your soul. Making a little bit of space for something that nourishes your soul. So recently I've been reading. I've been making time for reading. I did not read books while we were finishing if you follow my Goodreads, then you can kind of see where I left off reading. You know, I love to read, but there was like a fever upon me to finish this house because I was going to give birth. I had to finish fixing up this house. I had to move into this house, and then I had to give birth, and I did not make space. I did not have space in my mind to read, and I actually don't think I could have gone back and made space. That was a time where there was no space for it. Without the physical demands of being pregnant and recovering from my C-section, my brain, my physical body has more space, more open space in my mind to be occupied. And there's always a million things you can be doing that is productive. I am tempted to keep working hard on little projects around the house, keep, working hard on WayCrunchy to build the channel, a million different projects I could do with my children. There's always more you could be doing. There's always more clothes to be washed, more floors to be vacuumed. The basement needs to be gone through. There's always stuff you need to do. So you have to find a way, for some of us who have a little bit of a workaholic tendency, you have to find a way to turn that off and give yourself a little guilt-free space to unwind, to find some joy in something that isn't productive. For me, that very much is reading, especially because a lot of my other hobbies and different things I can turn into work. I can turn into WayCrunchy work. But the pure, just like time allotment of reading is a time that I think nourishes me, especially if it's a good book. The last two books I just read a history. I got a little tip. So because I struggled with having the headspace to dive into dense reading material, the concentration, because the baby's gonna holler at me every so often, even when he's asleep, he's gonna wake up for milk. So it's hard for me to zero in my attention on dense reading material right now. So I started picking up graphic novels. So I got a graphic novel that was a history of indigenous people in the Americas. And I found I was able to take in the information with the visuals. And it felt learning about the world, learning about history, learning about other people's experiences, I think is important, and it makes my soul feel nourished. I need to be growing as a person. Anyway, I want to tell y'all specifically about this. So after that graphic novel worked out well for me, I was like, this is a way that I can easier do this activity that nourishes me. It makes me a better citizen of the world, I think. So I went to the graphic novel section at my library. So I'm just browsing the graphic novels. They have graphic novels for the kids, they have graphic novels for the teens, they have graphic novels for the adults. And I don't live in that big of a city, so I'm sure your public library has some for you. Anyway, so I found this graphic novel. It's called Poor Craft. Y'all, it's all about living cheaply, frugally, and living a full life, and having all of your needs met. And poor craft, like the craft of, living on less. And, I'm over halfway through this This is what it looks like on the inside. And it's just like broken down really well. Like bills, clothes, food, recipes, moving, all this knowledge that I collected my own self in my later adulthood is here in this book. So for me, it's not something new, but I'm still going to give this book 5 stars, as many stars as I can give it, because I think every single child needs to be given a copy of this graphic novel when they graduate from high school. This is a guide. This is how to go out and live your life. I cannot say enough good things about this book. Like, I could have gone back and written this book, but this is a book that all young people need to read. It's written out so great. It covers so much. I'm so freaking glad this book exists in the world, and I want to give out I want to fill my trunk with copies of this book and give them out on the street. It is like a kind of a little Bible, a little guide to live by for people starting out. I mean, it tells you things like, don't buy a pot and pan set. You think you need all this stuff. Like, it tells you what you really need. It says, don't eat ramen noodles. Now that you're poor, you're going to get pasta. You're going to get beans. You're going to get potatoes, and then they give you recipes. And they talk about foraging. They talk about everything. Just like how to cut a chicken. Make broth from your chicken afterwards, and then you got a chicken soup. Different things like moving. Don't buy your boxes. You get them from a store. It's like all of this obvious stuff to people who have been living frugally. But it's broken down on how to do it. And then, I mean, I'm impressed with this book. And I think every college freshman, every high school graduate, every person who spends too much money going out to eat and buying iced coffee drinks and has a big car payment needs a copy of this book. I love this. I love this book. Cannot say enough good things about this book. Poor Craft, the funny book Fundamentals of Living Well on Less. Written by C. Spike Trotman, drawn by Deanna Knock. It's so good. So, table of contents. The way they, set it up as a story is, this frugal girl is taking her friend and, helping her and teaching her how to live, basically, so it talks about housing, food, fashion, health, transportation, entertainment, education, emergencies, and then at the end they've got links and resources. I mean, it is just perfect. Websites that are helpful. It's so good. It talks about learning to DIY and fix things yourself. Just never have a car payment because it's an asset that depreciates. Just from the big stuff to the little stuff. Learn to get a bag of potatoes and a chicken and cook it yourself. It has all the recipes for cleaning stuff. I clean my house with vinegar and water and dish soap. That's how I used to use for my laundry too. Before I had a washing machine, I'd use the dish soap. Just, you get soap, vinegar. They have different recipes with washing soda, baking soda, but the cheap, frugal stuff and how to DIY and to normalize not having trendy clothes and a car payment and going out to eat and going to pick up your coffee drink, and this is good. So have I said enough good things about this book yet? Has anyone read it? Raise your hand if you've read this. And y'all need to work y'all's public library. So on my phone, I started working my public library on my phone and finding the resources from all the library branches and putting things on hold. That was a game changer. So put this book on hold at your library and then get it and read it. Now, you might be like me. A lot of y'all are. You know, y'all can write this book your own self. That's what brought us all here together, little frugal mama family. But my son is 11. I'm just like chomping at the bit. Well, I used to, because he was homeschooled, I'd take him through the grocery store and point out the prices of things. Like, if you ask him now, what is he going to buy to eat when he gets started and doesn't have a lot of money, he's going to tell you pancakes and bananas. And that's good. So, yes. Good book. That's a recommendation. Also, taking time to nourish your own soul. Look how excited I'm getting when I'm talking about this book. I feel life inside of me. You know, people, especially with moms or anyone really, you can't pour from an empty pot. You can't pour from an empty cup. This is one of the ways I fill my cup. And you can see my excitement and my passion and my inspiration bubbling up because I took time to read half a graphic novel, you know? So fill your cup. Also, this is a good read. And this is my little simple mama life, and I'm loving it. So I hope all of you find a way to love your life where you're at right now, change what you can, and grow as a human being. I love y'all. Bye.